Alright, so what's up guys? So today I have an awesome recipe to share with you guys. I'm going to be making the best, most epic vegan BLT sandwich. This is something I've been craving for a long time now, and I knew I was going to make it today, so I figured why not bring you guys along, show you how I do it. So yeah, let's get home, start making this. Alright, so I just got home here and I'm ready to make this BLT. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Thank you for hanging out. And I think that this is going to be a cool recipe for everyone to learn because it is not a simple BLT. There's quite a few elements to this that you're going to be able to use in other areas of your cooking and eating, I guess. I mean, that goes hand in hand, doesn't it? So while this isn't a very difficult recipe, it isn't the quickest sandwich you're ever gonna make. So it is a little bit time consuming, but I think you'll see in the end, it is definitely worth it once you see the finished product. And once you learn all these different elements, you'll realize that like, you don't have to put them all into one sandwich, or you don't even have to use them for a sandwich. You can use them for something else, like I mentioned. But I think you'll find that these recipes are pretty useful. I'm excited to share this recipe with you guys because I think you'll see that you can use certain elements of this dish in other areas of your cooking. So I'm gonna show you how to make a vegan bacon, which you can obviously use for so many different things. You could put it on the side of a tofu scramble if you want, or you could like crumble it on top of a salad would be another really good way to have it. And then I'm also gonna show you how to make this really good baked tofu patty. And that's actually the one that takes the longest to make. So we're gonna make that first. So you're gonna wanna get a nice block of tofu like this. Make sure that it is nice and dry, not too wet. And then you just wanna cut it in half and then cut it in half again, but lengthwise this time, or whatever way this is. So that's all we're gonna be using for this. You can put this back in the fridge. And then in a container, you're gonna wanna put a half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and then just a quarter teaspoon or so of turmeric, just gonna give it some color, a teaspoon or so of mustard, and a pinch of salt. And then you just wanna mix this around. And that's all you're left with, but it's a really flavorful little mix, so you don't need a lot of it. And then you just wanna press the tofu into the sauce that you just made. So if you can press it like this without breaking it completely apart, it's a good way to get the flavor like kind of into the tofu. As you can see, it's starting to crumble a little bit, but it'll hold together enough. And then you just want to pop it in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes, maybe a little bit more at around 375 degrees, just until it's cooked to your liking. I mean, it's tofu. We can eat it raw like this, but we're making a nice BLT. We want to make this thing nice. So probably about 15 minutes at 375 will be perfect. Right, so while we're waiting for the tofu to bake, I'm gonna show you guys how to make the bacon part of the sandwich. This is really like probably the highlight of this video, and if you guys take anything away from this, it should be how to make vegan bacon. But yeah, look at this stuff. It is so legit. That looks so much like bacon. I mean, it's been a few years since I've had it, but I know what it looks like still. Man, this stuff is so good. Crunchy and addicting too. So to make the sauce to flavor the rice papers, you're gonna need some tamari. You can also use soy sauce. We're gonna need some maple syrup, some paprika, some liquid smoke. If you don't have liquid smoke, smoked paprika will do, but this is the best combination that I've found. And then we're gonna need a little nutritional yeast, as well as some black pepper. So as far as amounts go for this, it's a pretty loose recipe. You can really add as much or little as each of these as you want. But I'm gonna go with 3 tablespoons of tamari, and then just about a teaspoon of maple syrup. It'll add just a hint of sweetness. Of course, you don't have to add this. And then just under a teaspoon of paprika, and then a couple drops of this liquid smoke. Go really easy on this stuff because it's powerful, literally like 2 or 3 drops. Oh, here is 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, and then just a big pinch of black pepper. And then you just want to whisk it all together. That looks awesome. If Flavortown had a lake, it would be filled with this stuff, let me tell you. Flavortown! So next you're going to want to get 2 bowls, one of them filled with water, and this is the one you're going to be dipping the rice papers in to get them soft. And then in this one, we're going to put the sauce, and then the rice papers will go in here afterwards to get them flavored. So the trick with making these is you want to put 2 sheets together. It makes it a really good thickness and they come up nice and crispy and holds onto the flavors. So I find scissors work best, and you just want to cut these into strips. Bacon-sized strips. So once you have them all cut, you want to take them in pairs and soak them in the water for maybe 10 to 20 seconds, just until it gets soft.
12 seconds later.
And then once they start to get softer like this, you just want to put them aside for a few seconds. Because what's going to happen is they're going to keep getting softer and the water is going to soak up and dry into it, and then it will be able to accept the sauce a little bit better. If you were just to dip it in right after the water, it would just slide off.
A few moments later.
Alright, so once you have a bunch of random wet strips of rice paper on your cutting board, you just want to make sure that you shake off any excess water, strain it off with your hand like that, and then into Flavortown.
That is gangster.
And you just want to give it a good coating, both sides, and then let any excess drip off, and then put it on to a baking sheet. So this here is a silicone sheet, but if you don't have this, you could definitely use parchment paper as well. Alright, so once you're at this point, that you could pop them into the oven right now and they'd be perfectly fine, but if you want them to look super professional, you can do this to them. A little bit of balsamic vinegar. If you have any of the sauce left over, you can put it in there as well, and then just some more black pepper. And then you just want to kind of put it along here, sort of like the marbling on meat. Alright, and now they're ready to go into the oven. So they don't take very long at all, just about 7 to 10 minutes at around 400 degrees, and they should be good to go. So keep an eye on them after about 5 minutes because they will burn pretty quickly. Alright, so this is what they look like if you leave them in for about 2 minutes too long. But I didn't totally ruin them, definitely salvageable. But yeah, you want to pull them out just before they start looking like this. But look at this stuff. It's actually pretty crazy how much it looks like bacon. Obviously not exactly the same, but I think it's a pretty good replica. And let's see how it tastes. Oh yeah, it's good. And this just finished as well, so we're pretty much ready to put this all together. Alright, so I'm gonna fire some bread into the toaster, and while this is toasting, I'm gonna slice some tomato, some avocado, and wash some romaine lettuce for the sandwich. Alright, so now that we have everything all ready and in front of us, it's just a matter of putting it all together. So I'm gonna start with mustard on the bottom, some lettuce, and then we'll put some of that crispy bacon on there. Just to make this super epic, I'm gonna add another piece of bread on top of here. We get some avocado on there. And then we've got our tofu patty egg kind of thingy. I guess I made it kind of small. I didn't realize how big the sandwich was gonna be. Probably could have made it twice this size, but that's okay. Tomato. Let's get a close-up of this. Oh my gosh. Then I'm gonna put some black pepper on top. Some more mustard on the top piece. You could of course use like vegan mayonnaise or something else if you wanted to here. Oh, ketchup would be good. Why not? Oh my gosh, I don't even know. How's this gonna work? Wow. That is one huge sandwich. How am I gonna even take a bite of this? Like, I don't have a very big mouth at all. Look, it doesn't even make it halfway up. I'm gonna have to squash this down. Just concentrate on those flavors. I don't know if you guys all want to see this, but it's not gonna be pretty. I'm telling you that right now.
That is gangster.
Oh wow, that is so good. I just took a one-way ticket to Flavortown.
Flavortown.
Guy Fieri would approve for sure. All right, so I think that's it for this video. I clearly have some work to do. I gotta get this whole thing down. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know in the comments down below what you thought about it, what you think of this sandwich, and if you make one of these monstrosities, definitely tag me in it because I love seeing your creations. It's at Derek Simnett on Instagram if you guys don't know, it's not. At Simnett Nutrition because I love seeing your creations. So thank you guys so much for your time and for watching this. Definitely hit the like button if you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want to see more from me. And I will see you guys soon with another video. You want to bite?